What up, everybody, and welcome to Baz on Blades. My name is Baz, and I talk about blades, and tonight I'm going to have a little sale. I've got a couple of flashlights here for sale coming out of my personal collection. A couple of years ago, I got into multiple emitter small flashlights, pushing lumen output for small lights, and I just didn't love them as much as I thought I did. So they sat in the safe. They're sitting in the safe doing nothing. And recently I really got into Olight lights, and I like their user interface, and I pretty much moved my whole collection towards Olight lights because I'm not I don't really have a big flashlight fetish like light collectors do. I just need a core group of flashlights, and it's the Olights. I just sort of bonded with them. So I've got a couple of my quad emitter lights out here that I'm wanting to sell. I'm going to offer them up. I'd like to sell both of them together, guys, and the price is going to be $70 shipped. All right, that's within the continental United States. These are going to ship with batteries. I am not going to ship them outside of the United States. If you are outside the continental United States, say in Hawaii, which is part of the United States apparently, you're going to have to pay for shipping on that, but otherwise they'll be $70 shipped combined. And please just take both of them off my hands. I don't want to split these up and ship them separately, and $70 is a hell of a deal on these. So what we've got here is a couple of Manker lights. They're E14 series lights. We've got the original E14, which is a quad emitter, single 18350 battery. And that's for you guys, it's an RCR 123, except slightly bigger. You can use an RCR 123 in it. But that's a 16350 battery. It's 16 millimeters diameter by 35 millimeters long. I've got an 18350 in this, which is the same size as an 18650, but just in short battery. A little bit better charge density capacity than the smaller battery, so you get a little bit better run time. It is a high discharge battery because this is a 1400 lumen output light. The second light we've got here is an E14-2, and this is just basically an 18650 version. Again, it is a quad emitter, and it's a 2200 lumen output light. So let's go ahead. We'll pull this one out here. We'll take a look at the smaller one first. Both of these lights include the original packaging in fantastic shape. We look inside the packaging here. We've got the original paperwork that shows the programming on it and all your goodies there. There's a lanyard and O-ring and a replacement tail cap cover. So you've got the original packaging in these. Both of them are in pretty much mint like new condition. I never really carried them. Like I say, I didn't get into the user interface as much as I thought that I would. Here you can see what we've got right here. This is the XPG version, 1400 lumens output. And both of these, what I'm going to tell you right now applies to both of these lights. They do have glass lenses that are AR coated. They do have solid copper heads. This is a weighty light for its size. Now, size-wise, this is small, like a CR123 flashlight. There is a Kershaw bare knuckle right there for your size reference. But where most of these lights are fully aluminum, these are aluminum with the big copper head, and they need that head. You're talking 1400 lumen output on this. And I'm not going to go into run times and all of that. You can research that on the internet. This light's going to be, it's a huge output. It's got a crazy multi-program interface, guys. I've got it set up for 7 output levels. You've got a moonlight, and then you half press the button, and you're going to ramp up through all your outputs, and then it just rolls back to the moonlight. You can also ramp down at any point. Say, let's go up here. We'll go up, and then a long half press will ramp down, Okay, and then I can go into my strobe. We got a strobe there. We got a sort of SOS. That's what this is. And then you've got a secondary sort of bike light sort of strobe right there. All right, and then back to the moonlight mode. Now the moonlight mode is like a half a lumen, I believe. And then you go up to 1400 lumens. You can program this with a more tactical mode setting, but I had it more of a EDC with the 7 light levels immediately accessible. It's a nice spread. Getting 7 light levels from moonlight to the 1400 lumen output is pretty cool. But again, the user interface just wasn't my thing. So you see what sort of shape. There's no bunch of scratches or anything. These guys have set in the safe. They've set in the safe, guys. It didn't take me long to discover that I just wasn't into the complicated user interfaces. So we'll set that one aside. We're going to bring in the second one. Again, you've got the original packaging here. You can see inside the packaging, everything is included, which is going to be like a wrist strap, lanyard, and O-rings. And this one, the bigger light, does have a nylon carrying case. It can go on your belt. And there's your packaging, 2200 lumens output. It will take an 18350 or 18650. So you can take the tube extension off of this light and use the shorter battery on it, or you can use the longer 18650, and that's what I would recommend for sure, guys, for sure. Now this light has got a okay, there we go. We've got a direct access charging port here with micro USB at the head end. You can also screw off the tail cap and pull that 18650 out if you want to throw it in your favorite charger. You can charge it either way. I have charged it both ways and no issues there. Again, you've got this big, fat, heavy copper head on it. It's a beautiful light. Both of these are attractive lights, especially for you guys that love copper. Now this thing has got a little bit simpler of an interface. It does have multiple modes, and I've got it set up. It's on a side switch here. Let's see, is it yeah, it's full click to ramp up. I've got it set up for 4 modes, and it ramps up and then it ramps down. So there's your high, and then you're ramping back down to your moonlight. Now this one does have a programmable moonlight level from like 0.1 lumens to 5 lumens, and I don't remember what I've got it set on. But the cool thing about this light is from the off position, you can directly access the turbo with a double click. A single click after that will go straight into strobe, and then I can single click to go right back to moonlight, click and hold to turn it off. So it's a simpler interface, although it does have multiple modes set up on it. Again, it's a quad of XPGs. Yeah, these are pretty cool lights. They're pretty cool lights. They just weren't my thing. And again, you can see it's not covered in scratches or anything. The bezel's not scratched up. I mean, nothing that you would see, the pocket clip, none of this stuff that you would see on a carried light. These have not been carried and used. I went through a whole bunch of different quad emitter lights before I figured out I just didn't want to chase ultra high lumens and complicated user interfaces. I wanted something a little simpler, and that's why I went with Olight lights. These things are bright. They are super duper bright, guys, and $70 for both of these shipped. Somebody just take both of them off my hands. I prefer not to sell them separate. $70, you're going to get some good lights. They would make great Christmas presents for somebody if you know anybody that's into flashlights. And like I say, everything is included. They're in like new condition. They include a battery, and I can get them out to you within just a couple of days, and plenty of time for Christmas if you are interested. So if you are interested, just hit me up at the bazonblades@gmail address. I'll have all that information in the description section. I'll put it in the pinned post down in the comment section, blah, blah, blah. It's the same old, same old. Baz on Blades isn't moving around anywhere. He's at the same place he's always been at. And just hit me up, guys. All right. As always, thank you very much for taking the time to watch one of my videos. God bless all of you, and we will talk to you again.